Okay, everybody. I'm back, and looks like Jeremy is back as well. So, updating some of the game. Round 5 is complete. The winners are Greg Shaw, Brian Fred, Jeff Lavigne, Charlie Arlinson, Kyle Kruger, Casey, Matt Scott, Cal Aldred, AJ Hatum, Joe Olson, Carl Koning, Stephen Fuller, Kendall Hallman, Mark Walseth, Adam Shelberg, and Julian Berg. So, a lot of good players winning in that round. So, right now we have two undefeated players, Greg Shaw and Brian Fred. Both of them are sitting undefeated. Let's see if the standings are updated. They are not. So, Brian Fred, Greg Shaw, both 5-0. Logan, Brad Reinhold, and Logan, Brad Reinhold, Mike Kessling, Jeff Lavigne, all 4-1. And I want to say Charlie is 4-1 as well. Yes, he is. Casey is currently. Good question. Casey. Casey is 3-2. Matt Scott is currently 3-2, and Joe Olson also 3-2. Cal Aldred, AJ Hatum, Joe Olson all 3-2, and I think Carl Koning is Carl is 2-3. Stephen Fulner, he is 2-3. Kendall Hallman 2-3 right now. But I would say right now the biggest surprise of the day, Matt Lutz 1-4. So, well, I don't think a lot of people would have expected Matt Lutz at that position. Let's see. Okay, so the pairings are set for table 5 right now. We're just waiting on to have our feature table. No, Mike Kessling lost to Brian Fred. So we're either going to be doing table 1 is Kyle Kruger versus Greg Shaw. Table 2 is Brad Reinhold versus Brian Fred. Table 3 is Logan Patigue versus Charlie Arlinson. And table 4 is Jeff Lavigne versus Mike Kessling. So we're looking at those tables right now. Jeremy, what do you think? It looks like we're going to be doing table 4 for this round.
I just realized I've been muted this whole time. I was going to say Mike and Jeff since we haven't seen either of them on camera.
Yeah, that's the one I was thinking. So that's actually the one we're going to be covering.
Good, okay.
I mean, Brian Fred hasn't been on, and he's undefeated. But
yeah,
do we really need to show Brian Fred at this point?
Yeah, but he's playing Brad. We've already seen Brad.
Yeah,
playing Dark. So
I mean, yeah, we saw Brad playing as Dark. So, what is Brian Fred playing?
I don't know what he's playing. It's usually a game time decision for him.
Because we know that Brad is playing his Set Your Course. But we decided to play Mike Kessling with his old allies versus, it looks like, Agents of the Black Sun. I know this is a match that Jeff was not very thrilled about. Like, he was a little worried.
Yeah, it's tough, right? Because they can really easily flip you with Ray.
Yeah. But, I mean, at the same time, I mean, do you think Mike's is going to keep the Falcon on Jakku?
I think you might see, maybe not at first. You know, maybe he'll just go to space like usual, but maybe he'll maneuver Ray down to the ground eventually. We'll see. But it's just nice for Mike that he has that option.
Yeah. So both players are power shuffling their decks. Mike playing with a white border Jakku.
Oh yeah, Mike's a white border purist, so if he can play any card that's white border, he will.
I mean, that's the one thing. Like, Old Allies is not a very card, like very doesn't have a lot of valuable cards outside of like the Rebel leadership. So I mean, he could theoretically make all of his stuff white border.
He was a big fan of playing Diplo for a while because everything could be white border.
Mm-hmm. I mean, all he's got to do is, like, I know Ryan Jelson, or not Ryan Jelson, Ryan Saracen posted this on the Slack at some point. Just take an eraser to the black border, and it becomes white border.
That's a lot of work, though. Is it worth it?
Apparently, everybody stopped play for a little bit and sung "Happy Birthday" to Mark Walseth. They did that last year as well. His wife Ray, running cupcakes for everybody. So, happy birthday to Mark. Okay, so Jeff shows that his two aliens that can be made into operatives of the Black Sun are Mara Jade with lightsaber and Dr. E and Ponda Baba. Hey, Jeremy, what is the face on Mike's starting effect?
I believe it's Brian Fred, right?
I don't know.
Sort of looked like.
I was thinking it was Brad Iyer.
Yeah, he put it in the glare.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Brian Fred.
Somebody needs to get a hold of Mike and just tell him to, like, show it in the over shoulder camera, just so we can see what it is. Okay, so Jeff wasting no time getting out the Vigo and the Shizor's Palace, getting the uplink station. So he's already got two of his Coruscant sites. He's also got the Imperial Square, so not a bad first turn, getting a lot of his activation. But I do anticipate him flipping back to the 7 side once it is Mike's turn. That's not Brian Fred.
Yeah, it is. It's before he lost a bunch of weight.
Well, I mean, saying, did Brian Fred? Oh, yeah, you're right. Okay. Okay.
One of Mike's prized possessions.
Yeah, I got to get Mike a Mike Kessling esque Agent Callus with his face on it. Because I know Brian Fred has one. I think everybody needs at least one of those.
Maybe if he wins nationals, we can make an AI.
Oh no, that's the Holo Theater Heroes cards. A whiteboard Ray coming down. And Mike just quickly going through his deck in one big swoop and saying, okay, I got this, I got this, I got this. So I'm assuming he's got the Admiral Radis in his hand. He's got Finn going somewhere. Yep, there's Radis. And General Cal. And okay. Okay, so interesting to see him leave Ray by herself.
Yeah, it tells me that he has the female interrupt.
Mm-hmm. If going from doing 1 point of ping damage with the objective to doing 1 point of damage if he wants to pay for it, because Battle Plan is on the table. So force push from Jeff. See what card he's going to grab here. Now I believe he looked through his reserve deck, so I know what cards he's looking for. Did you see what he grabbed?
Let's see what he grabbed. Maybe we'll see it when he transfers to his hand here.
Shuffles up the force pile a little bit. Looks like a Boba Fett bounty hunter.
Yeah, it's definitely a character, right?
Yeah.
Could have been Aura.
Yeah. Okay, so we do see a barrier in Mike's hand and Finn as well. Well, there's the barrier.
Yeah, if Mike has the female interrupt plus Finn here, it's going to be bad news for Jeff.
Yeah, I don't think there's the female, but there is the Finn. But it looks like the barrier will go through. So Boba Fett is on the table, but he is barrier, so no battle from Jeff just yet. Jeff thinking about if he wants to grab it or not. I know that's the problem with old allies right now. There's so many cards you want to grab.
Yeah, there's so much annoying things going on. Especially for a deck like Black Sun.
Hey, Jeff does decide to grab it. He's got 4 force in his force pile. Now he's going to be able to activate one with wipe them out, all of them. However, he needs to save at least 2 for Boba Fett Bounty Hunter.
Yeah.
Okay, he does pay the Boba Fett price. Mike
activates. Battle with just Aura.
I think that would have been a good move.
I mean, you know Finn's coming down, but at least you get a chance to try to shoot Ray.
Mm-hmm. But Joe King actually points out in the chat, Finn is really unreliable until you can get rid of the Shizor's bounty.
That's a good point. Yeah. Shocked Jeff didn't battle there.
Yeah. And then you leave the issue of Boba Fett because Aura doesn't have any immunity to attrition. So, do you really want to waste the Boba Fett? I don't know. That was a good barrier from Mike.
Yeah, good patience to not fire it off on Aura.
Yeah. Yeah.
And to
Agreed.
snag Fett with it.
Okay. There's a dash in Rogue 12. And let's see who else he comes down with. Mike has a lot of stuff in his hand right now. And he's going to get Finn onto the table. Jeff has the barrier.
Barrier of his own.
Wouldn't be surprised to see if Jeff pulls the Sense and Alter Shield. So that way he can get a free Shizor's bounty.
So Mike grabbed barrier there.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm saying if he would have pulled the immediate I can't think of it right now.
He does have it out. You're talking about fanfare?
No. So that allows him to pull it, but the Shizor's bounty costs 1.
Oh, you're talking about press enforcement.
Yes.
Play it for free. I got
you. You could play it for free. So, I mean, it is essentially a useless card outside of that. But when you only saved 1 force because of having to pay for Boba Fett, I think you would want to. But I don't think you're going to see Mike battle into this Boba Fett. And, well, you might because he's got the combined fleet action on the table. And it looks like Mike is just going to pass turn, saving a couple cards. So, let's see. Yeah, this was one match that Jeff was really did not want to see. And I find it funny that he was playing Agents of Black Sun because even he said that Agents of Black Sun is not good right now because OA. Next, the Professor. What's the Professor good against in this match? Oh, Emperor.
And well, it used to be good against Java Space Cruiser.
Yeah, but with the Emperor coming down, Jeff decided that he wanted to use the Shadows of the Empire to draw 1 card and cause a point of ping damage. And I think that's Beaumont Kin going to the lost pile there.
Yep.
That's a good card. Dengar with the gun. So Mike is a little bit in a tricky situation right here because he activated, as we pointed out, that he activated both of his sights. But I mean, if Jeff could have battled there with the Dengar, the -2 is not like Mike's not flipped yet.
Yeah, but Mike has keep your eyes open in his hand, so
True.
But Jeff doesn't know that. But
there goes a barrier and a Gick. Okay, there's one of the
times.
sites.
Third site.
So current standings: Greg Shaw, Brian Fred are your two undefeated, followed by Charlie Arlinson, Brad Reinhold, Mike Kessling, Jeff Lavigne, Logan Petit, and Kyle Kruger, rounding out your top 8. Cal Aldred, Matt Scott, Joe Olson, Matt Wadden, AJ Hatum, Casey, Justin Miyashiro are all 3 and 2. So we'll see what happens through the rest of the tournament.
So Mike
And
put down Leia to get solo, and he gets bowdied.
yeah. And I think Mike's going to come down with, I was going to say Leia Rebel Princess would be in play, but that's a Poe Dameron.
Is that Poe or Wedge?
That's Poe.
Oh, okay.
That's the AI foil Poe. So Mike's going to be drawing 2 Destiny here to Jeff's 1. Mike is still not flipped, though. You got to assume he's going to flip now. Maybe not.
I think they're trying to stay on the black map,
Yeah.
but it actually doesn't matter. It actually would have been better if you put it away from the glare.
We cannot escape the glare at all.
I have no idea.
And he does flip.
I assume it's Leia.
Leia Rebel Princess, yeah, that'd be a good one.
Yep. Please keep your eyes open. So no weapons for Jeff.
Loses Holdo. Yeah, this has gone from bad to worse for Jeff.
And he plays the Destiny Adder interrupt.
Yeah.
That's big trouble for Jeff.
Yeah.
So Mike getting 4 Destiny here?
Yep. 4, 5, a 4, and a 4. Wow.
Oof.
So total is 18 to Jeff's 2. Got Gick. Yeah, it does not look good for Jeff at this point.
Yeah, Mike just gets to put Finn in use pile.
Yeah.
So we'll see if Jeff has to peel anything here. If this okay, yeah, so he's peeling.
Yeah.
So he peeled 2 cards.
I was gonna say because I noticed that he lost 1 Gick, but he might play 2.
Oh, you know what? Mike didn't have to lose anything because he just subtracted 2 from the Destiny with all the allies.
Such a good card. Such a good deck.
Yeah, Mike is really proficient. He's been playing this deck for a long time now.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a rough board state. Ray is so protected right now. Okay, he plays the No Escape to get the card back. What was the card he got there? Was it Aura Singh or Dengar?
He already played No Escape to get Emperor back this game.
Oh,
earlier.
wow. Yeah. Oh, okay. Looks like he uses this. Yeah. And, ooh, here we go.
So we'll see if that's 4-Lon plus Fed here.
Yeah. There's the Fed.
Okay, so no 4-Lon, but
No 4-Lom. Yeah, but it's still 3 Destiny. And from what it looks like, Mike doesn't have anything in his hand to help him here. Oh, he does have a leadership. Okay. Yep. Oof. But he can't reduce any of the Destiny from Jeff. Jeff draws.
Protector as well in his version.
Yeah, but Chewie's not up there.
Oh, just taking note.
Okay.
It's not a card that
Ellis. Yep, there goes General Calrissian.
Yeah, I agree. Protector is sweet. Especially since you get to upload both the characters
Yeah.
whenever you want.
Nope, there's the imbalance combo after the Rose retrieval. And a 6 off the top for Mike. Jeff still loses 3, though, to those drains. And Mike will continue on. Let's see what he's going to do here. Okay, there's a Corellian Corvette. And it doesn't look like he's got much else in his deck, though.
His hand, you mean?
Or, yeah, his hand. Sorry. Like, I saw a BB-8 there. It's a hit. And Admiral Sator. Admiral Sator doesn't do anything up in space. And I don't think you can run. Yeah, he can shuttle.
We'll probably see Corrin go up there. I wonder if he has wet. Okay, so it's Satora. He does have a foil card in his hand. Is it Chewy in his hand?
Oh, Corn Horn goes up. Yeah. And Poe goes up. Okay. So now Satora is so Mike would be drawing 3 Destiny of his own. And he's got 2 admirals up there. Now he would just have to find the rebel leadership to limit Jeff. At least from my standpoint, I don't like to see this game. I picked both of these players to make the top 8.
That might still happen. And X2 will probably make it, right?
Huh?
The next 2 will probably make it, right? And both of these guys have pretty high strength of schedule, so.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the only 2 undefeated right now are Brian, Fred, and Greg.
Oh, yeah. These guys might make it if they go X3. I don't know how it breaks for X2s versus X3s.
It's funny, a friend of mine who's watching right now doesn't know anything about the game, just texted me and just said all they said was "Rip Jeff." Okay. After coming back, so I mean, Jeff can get a droid back. I don't think he lost any droids though.
You're right. Looks like he does have U3PO in hand.
Yeah, that would be beneficial. I mean, with Corn Horn up in space now.
Yeah.
Okay, Django
Jeff
coming down to
here. It's a good turn for Jeff. Mike's not going to have a lot of recourse for this.
Like, I haven't seen quite a mercenary V in his hand or anything yet. And I mean, I don't think Jeff has has done his shadows ping at all either. But the problem is, he's only got a lot of cards left in his force pile.
Yep. See Zuckus go to Coruscant.
Run away.
I mean, now you're only taking 2 damage.
Yeah.
You're representing a ton of damage.
Mm-hmm.
So that's pretty good turn for Jeff, I'll admit. Like you said, Mike didn't really have a lot of characters in his hand.
Yeah. The only problem is now he just has to shuttle Corn Horn back down, break the cover.
Yeah, but Jeff will get to respond to that.
True. Looks like that's a Corn or Chewy in his hand.
I think so too.
And a lot of characters in his reserve deck, too. So his Destiny's not the best.
There's Akbar and a Rose, but he has a Rose on table. Don't know if he's really interested in Akbar. Got a Jeff fan in the chat. Team Killer Bees.
Bat Mouse, you're jinxing him. Get off the chat. Okay, projection coming onto one of the drains, so now Jeff is going to do a little bit less damage.
Oh, I may have lost Dan. So Mike thinking about where to play this Layer Princess. Right, he decides on Tunnel Village. It's gonna be good to soak up some drains. He plays BB8. So Mike's moving the speeder in front of Mara, and he shuttles down Poe.
Yep.
We'll see if he wants to shuttle Corin to break cover. The problem with that, though, is Jeff can just move U3PO to Leia's site.
Yeah.
So Mike
That's
just...
the good point, yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't think Jeff has anything. That's Leia Rebel Princess. I mean, he does have the P-59 in his hand, so he can come down with the P-59, unless, of course, Mike has the Rebel Barrier.
He does have the female interrupt in hand to protect.
That's another good one. Okay.
So Mike's going to take what? 1, 2, 3?
4.
4?
Yeah, drain at Coruscant, drain at the uplink station, and then drain at Leia, Ray's hut.
Okay, yeah. But you'll be able to cancel that with Leia Rebel Princess. Okay, so is this Ellis during Mike's turn?
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, there's the it's a hit. Oh.
Brutal.
Looked like he had his second one in his hand, so
It's a hit? Yeah.
yeah.
So if he can either Leia the strain or you could it's a hit the strain. So
I don't think Jeff drained. Alright, so we see P-59. But that's just going to run into the female interrupt.
I think I can handle myself. That's what it's properly called.
Yes. I think I can handle myself. Well, the name changed, so it's even more confusing.
No, it's always
Okay.
been the same.
Didn't it have a different title at some point?
No.
Yep. Nope, that one's been the same ever since I slapped the image on it. And set 4 was so stressful from a graphic design standpoint. I was doing everything all by myself.
That's no fun. Now, I mean, he misses the shot, but Mike only draws a 1 for Destiny. Okay, according to Chris Kelly, it changed. The quote was wrong. Okay, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Well, who was in charge of set 4 when these cards came out? I blame that person.
But come on, it's episode 7. Like, who really like cares about the quotes?
I know a certain somebody on Facebook who doesn't care. Yeah, I just don't know what. I just don't think there's really anything that Jeff can do at this point.
I think his last ditch effort was trying to kill Leia there, but the game just had to reach for him now.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he still has to pay for a Fett who's doing nothing.
Well, I mean, you could lose 2 cards to put him back. Oh, that's nice. Mike is using a John Anderson stamped "It's a Hit," so clearly this is B. Fred's deck, or unless B. Fred was just like, "Here, just make your deck look nicer with this." Yeah, I agree. There was really nothing that Jeff could do in this match. I know Silverglen said it that this is pretty much an auto win for Old Allies. But I mean, if this is Jeff's last game that he loses, that's not a bad. It's still he's still in good position. Yep, Chewy with blaster, with bowcaster. I don't know. I think if you're Jeff, I
Protector here too.
yeah, yep.
Thick. I don't think he has enough in his reserve deck to really pull it off, but
Yeah, this is an SOS tournament.
maybe he does actually. So we'll see a battle, and then Mike adds 2 Destiny.
Mm-hmm.
Probably hits P59.
Oh yeah, that droid is destroyed.
Yeah, it's game over here.
Shoot at Chewy, hit Chewy. Oh, and he's got a second Chewy in his hand.
Okay, so he didn't play Protector. I wonder if that's not what that card is. I thought it was.
Well, Jeff drew a 0. Doesn't have to lose anything because he can subtract 2. So I mean, yeah. Mike is just and he loses a Gick. Okay, so he did have the Gick there.
But now Mara is getting beat
Yeah.
up here.
Swings at. I think you have to swing at Ray.
Yeah, it's gonna get soloed. Yep.
Yep, there's the game. Okay, so congrats to Mikey Kessling on his victory.
So
we
Mike
didn't
Kessling surely in the top 8 at this point.
Yeah. I mean, unless he goes like loss and then loss. So, I mean, he would have to lose like the next 2, and then, but I still think he would get in. So, really quick, I think I can handle myself is going to be the token for this game.
Or that one or the Destiny Adder.
Why not both? No, I think it's going to be. I think I can handle myself because him having that card at the right moment was really what did it. I mean, Jeff didn't really peel that much to the battleware that Mike played the Destiny Adder.
I don't know.
So, but this is the first game that we had actually finished up for this round. So your token is going to be yep, checking on some of our other games right now. Yeah, this is the first game that at least Garrett is reporting. He hasn't reported anything else yet. So, yeah, no, I think Silver Glen said it right. I mean, it is a really hard game for Ages of the Black Sun. Once you have Ray established like that, it's really hard to get around all the tricks that OA has.
Yeah.
And definitely interesting to see like Mike play 2 Chewies, play the Protector package, and all those things. Okay, Carl Koenig also won. He's our next. He beat Julian Berg in their match. So, but we've got 2 games left. So, and a lot of games going on right now, or 2 rounds left. So, those who are watching right now, we still got a lot of stuff going on today. Again, we have 2 undefeated players currently, Greg Shaw and Brian Fred. They are at table 1 and 2. Greg playing Kyle Kruger. Brian playing Brad Reinhold in a rematch. Matt Wadden beats Justin Miyashiro. So Matt is looking pretty good. And again, Mike Kessling defeats